almost live. Now we are officially live. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome everybody. It is your brozo here. Y'all know it. And we got another edition with another devastating, devastating sister, devastating guest that we have today. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I appreciate y'all for, come checking it out, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And all the people that have been, in the TikTok world. Appreciate y'all, liking the videos. Much love, you know what I'm saying, and all the input and all the good stuff. Appreciate all that. In the IG world, same thing. And then, YouTube, we got it all popping off. This is your brozo on the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast. This is where we get all you to follow that polka dot rabbit down the hole of information or outformation. You feel me? You know, the information or outformation, I'm going to say outformation that people, you don't get just regular anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to dig deep to get this. You ain't going to learn this in school. You ain't going to learn this in all these other places. You know what I'm saying? You got to dig deep. And the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast is where we all come together. All right. And if you haven't already, please go to polka dot rabbit podcast.com or yourbrozo.com, either one. Pick up my book, and this kind of this book talks about my journey into becoming conscious aware of myself, and one of the biggest things about the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast is we're here to uplift humanity, but in addition, we are here to help rewake the melanated beings that have lost their way and lost them where they are lost their history, the culture and everything attached to that. We're gonna do our best to start getting people on path, all the way around. So let's take a look here. Okay, so there we go. Oh, what in the world is going on? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait till the sister come back here. So yeah, if you haven't already, go to polkadotrabbitpodcast.com, pick up the book. You know what I'm saying? Pick up this good book, and we're gonna roll with it. So I have a very powerful guest. I'm gonna tell a quick story about how I met this sister because this is kind of interesting. I know she probably let me get her on here. So she's probably laughing. There you go. So I'm sitting there, y'all. If y'all know me, I on them flights, on the flights all the time from the ATL to all over the place, all over the world. But I met this sister. I guess we were coming. Were we coming to Atlanta or going to Atlanta? I can't remember.
We were coming back from Atlanta
To Richmond.
to Richmond. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
He's making our return flight.
A return flight. Okay. There we go. Now you're jogging my memory. So yeah, we were making this return flight, and like I told her, I sat right next down to the sister, and we just started vibing. You know what I'm saying? I think you had your sorority mask on, right? I
I
think that's probably
did.
what. Yeah, that's what probably got me. I think that's how the conversation started. So we just got on there. She wrote a book, and I think you had your book with you, right?
I did.
And I bought it right there, right?
Yep.
Yep, I bought it right there. I said, "Hey, I got to buy your book." You know what I'm saying? So I got a book. She bought my book. I sent it back to her, so we both got each other's book. So we were just vibing, and we've been, just rocking ever since. So enough of me. I'm done. I'm gonna let y'all talk to this beautiful sister. And go ahead, sis.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Zoser, right?
Yes, yes,
I got it
indeed.
correct. Did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right.
Okay, because I know you said people call you Brother Zoe. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know what? It's actually first and foremost all praises and thanks to all that we do as the people that we are, and I'm so grateful and pay homage to my ancestors. And mostly importantly, what's interesting for me is not only to the God that I serve, but also to my mom. She
Mm,
transitioned just about 2 years ago, and so I'm not always thinking about her. And I'm excited about the opportunity to share my information with the audience. And like you said, to help more people become conscious, right? And to understand, what our meaning, our real reason for being, our real reason for existing. So I'm
mhm.
excited and I'm ready. So
That's
thank you
it.
for having me.
You're definitely welcome. And we're gonna go ahead and kind of get go towards your journey in the TikTok world. The guest isn't on TikTok. If you want to go to the link, it's actually playing on YouTube for all y'all people out there. If you want to check it out that way, um, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can just listen to me speak here. You know what I'm saying? We got you out. Wait a minute, I'm not seeing you IG. Did your phone something happened with your phone? It don't
Oh,
look like it. You might have to reconnect with me real quick. Something happened. I'm not really
oh,
sure.
what happened?
Mm-hmm.
You were in a podcast. Okay. Um,
I don't know what.
I don't know.
It just went away. I don't see you no more on IG.
Yeah, I'm
So.
here right here, Barvenia Live. Let me see. I'm waiting for the to get that command again
Mm-hmm.
that
Let me
says
see if I
finish
see you.
going. Okay, can you see me?
Not yet.
Oh, add a comment. Okay. I'm just gonna say hello.
Let me see. I see you, but I don't. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Go live. Okay, wait a minute. I think I can do it. There we go. I got it. We should be good. Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
Oh,
There
okay.
you
You
be.
know what? My phone probably went out. It went. I see what
Rest
happened.
mode.
Yeah,
Okay.
it went on
Cool.
rest
Cool.
mode.
We back. We back.
Okay.
Like I
We
said,
back.
TikTokers. You know what I'm saying. I'm where if you click that YouTube link, you can go watch
Okay.
it on YouTube, and IG. We back at it. So go ahead. Enough of all that stuff. I want to hear your story. Let's talk about you. Let's talk.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well, we talked about it. So originally, again, my name is Barvenia Wooten, and I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's interesting because as we were talking earlier, I just wanted to kind of share my story in terms of just growing up in the Natty. Everybody called it the Natty, and just being able to make my way. And one of the things that I actually discovered about myself was that I was just here to have, to live life and to live life to its fullest. And at that time, as a young person, I didn't have the knowledge or the words, the framework to be able to understand exactly what I was saying. But as my life progressed, I got caught up in sports and education became my voice. And, most of the people that I ran into, I had mentors, even my mom, everybody just saw something in me. And as a result of what they saw in me, I was just able to live that out. And so I actually use sports as an opportunity to spread my wings. And, again, it's just exciting to know that when you pursue your dreams and when you go, really, really after those, I really believe they come true. And when you have great people in your life and people that are motivating you and encouraging you because they see the greatness in you,
Hmm.
that actually helps you to move forward as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. All right. So you just kind of briefly talked about like growing up, and how. Let me ask you this question: How much was it? A lot of things that your past growing up brought into where you're at today. Like, how important was your childhood growing up? Like, how much of an influence is that was that impacted it put on your life today?
That's a very interesting question because the reason why I wrote my book, actually, and I'll digress a little bit, is just
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to tell my own story, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so when I look at my past, I recognize that I had a talent, I had a gift. And because I recognized that at such an early age, I was so caught up in just being. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we're always doing, but I really think about just got caught up in being. And so I moved in this movement or this path that
Mm-hmm.
allowed me to do what I need to do. And so in elementary, I played sports and I was told, I was a natural born athlete. And I was like, I didn't know what that meant, but it sounds good to me, right? And
Yeah,
on the
sounds good.
playground, just living life and competing in all the different sports events that they had growing up in the Midwest and then going on to junior high school and following my dream there. And then high school, when
Mm-hmm.
high school came, girls basketball was not even in existence.
Yeah.
Played volleyball, I played softball, I ran track because that was my life, Brother Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
That is where I lived. And
Mm-hmm.
even though things were still happening outside of life, because
Mm-hmm.
I lived in from the projects to the suburbs, I had that kind of experience, but I
Mm-hmm.
never let that affect me. I was just so focused. I was on target because I
Mm-hmm.
just knew I was going to follow my dreams. I had those dreams of doing something positive with my life.
That's that's real interesting because even on my end, sports was real big in my life. You know what I mean? Like me,
Mhm.
I was a baseball head, you know what I'm saying, and that kept me out of trouble. That got I loved I was living baseball like straight up, you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
like that
Yeah.
was just it, you know what I'm saying, collecting cards, you name it, baseball, I was in it,
We
you know
talked
what I'm
about
saying.
that, didn't we, on the
Yeah,
airplane?
we
We
did.
did. We
We
talked
sure
about the
did.
fact that even as a
Hmm.
girl, I was collecting cards. The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cincinnati fans, the Cincinnati Bengals, Jim Brown from the Cleveland,
That's it.
Browns. So yeah,
Hmm. So let me. So okay. So you grow up, right? You got all
right.
this stuff. You got all this stuff. Sports is a big integral part. So was there like a time? Was it like a transition in which got you from that that child up into like the let's just say take you on? What was the turning point in your life that kind of going from the sports and life and what was that turning point?
Hmm. That turning point for me was, you know, I would always say, if I get a chance to do something positive with my life and leave Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm going to leave Cincinnati, Ohio. It was nothing that it was not like I didn't like Cincinnati, Ohio. I just felt at that time with my mindset, I was like, it's nothing here for me to do. I want to spread my wings. I want to go see the world, right? I want
Hmm.
to go out. I want to explore. I've always been this person that loved to travel. I loved adventure. I wanted to
Hmm.
get out. And so, as a result of that, because of my basketball career in high school, I was the Ohio State Player of the Year, and I got a lot of offers. And as a result of that, I was like, okay, if I get this basketball scholarship, I'm leaving. And so I left Cincinnati, Ohio, and
Okay.
I chose Virginia Union University as the school that I would go to. I was a little bit more conscious at that time. I was like, well, I got a choice where I want to go. And at that moment, I was like, well, I'll go to a HBCU because I want to get my
Hmm.
talents back. I want to make something of myself. And
Hmm.
so that was the trajectory, just
Hmm.
leaving out of Cincinnati and going to college. And when I got to college, it was like, wow, I like this. I like this. And you know what, Brother Zoe? I know my children are probably listening to me and they already know. But I'm going to tell you, if I could have played 4 years of basketball,
Hmm.
stayed there and played 4 years of volleyball, stayed there and played 4 years of softball, I would have done that. Because I was to me, I was like a little wise beyond my years, right? Because I wasn't rushing
Yeah.
out there to get a job, and
Hmm.
pay some bills. I was
Hmm.
loving my life as an athlete, as a student
Yeah.
athlete. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what they call. I remember Bobby Hemmett called it four hots in a cot, right?
I, I guess because I mean, you know what? And I remember my mom used to always get on me, girl, you and that basketball, you and that
Hmm.
basketball. And I was like, well, mom, if you're gonna, you got to believe in something to be crazy about something, right?
Yeah,
And
real
just
talk.
basketball just happened to be that, just because of what you learn.
Yeah,
You learn basketball has those life skills that you could
yeah.
transfer over
Hmm.
to your everyday life, and that's why a
Hmm.
lot of companies really like athletes.
Hmm.
Really,
Yeah,
realistically, yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's real talk. So, okay, so you learn all this stuff in
Mhm.
college. Play all these, probably thousands of hours of basketball practice, thousands of games, and whatever the case may be. So I know you're a coach now. So how did all that information you got from a student athlete translate to your being a coach today? And how did you even decide you wanted to be a coach?
Well, it's interesting because I got a chance to play professional basketball as well,
Hmm.
and I just love the competition. Like I would get caught up. You know how athletes say they get caught up in the zone. I
Hmm.
would be up there, and that was my safe haven. That was my
Hmm.
getaway. I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna leave everything behind me. I'm gonna get caught up
Hmm.
in the zone, and that's where I'm gonna live, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I always wanted to give back as far as coaching, but if you had asked me, 30 years ago, wow, if I was going to be a basketball coach, I never really saw that in me, right? I knew
Hmm.
I wanted to give back. And so, right out of college, married with my first child, and I decided to volunteer. Now, that's one thing the late Tricky Tom Harris, who recruited me at Virginia Union, he was like my surrogate father.
Hmm.
I really admired him. And he
Hmm.
said, I remember this. He says, when you get a chance, give it back, right?
Mm.
All about giving back. And so when I moved, and because I did like the thought of coaching, I started coaching at the Boys and Girls Club, the rec center. And from
Okay.
that point on, I got that taste again, right? It started
Mm-hmm.
to feel good. Now, I did try out for the Pan American Games, 2 years after I graduated from Virginia Union. And I just felt like that bug was still in me. And
Mm-hmm.
so fast forward, my children came along. We coached the children from, Boys and Girls Club all the way up to they, couldn't coach them anymore. I was fortunate to coach my daughter all the way through, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just got excited for me. But I will say this too, in my journey, because I was always looking for, something greater than myself, and being able to help others, because I know that's the other reason why we're here, is to help everybody that we can help, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. And I remember saying, wow, this is an opportunity for me to help empower women,
Mm.
right? And I mean, and I can even say going back empowering the youth. So I used basketball, like you tell a lot of the athletes when they get those scholarships, don't let that basketball, that sport, use you.
Mm-hmm.
Use it as an
Yeah.
opportunity for you to get some knowledge, right? Get your degree and
Mm-hmm.
move forward. And
Mm-hmm.
so, for me, it was powerful. I was like, now I can, I can be impactful to these women, and empower them. So that's how it just kind of came about. And then I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And even to the fact, I had government jobs, I worked government jobs, I worked in private industry, but something in me just kept bringing me back to basketball.
Mm. Yeah, that's it's kind of interesting just because like you said, you even with me still today. I don't know. Do you still play basketball? Do you still play?
I do. I still get out with
Yeah.
the team. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured it. I was, I still play baseball. Believe it or not, I still do.
See?
They had a league in Atlanta I played with for years, and I'm gonna see if I about playing this league up here in Richmond. So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it keeps you young. You know what I'm saying?
It
Just
does.
keeps you
It
healthy,
does.
and like even. You don't want to go and embarrass yourself. So even once you want to keep yourself in shape, so you don't embarrass yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's even more motivation. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? And
Mhm.
health wise, like you were
Yeah,
saying, I mean, physically, you got to keep the body moving. You got to
you got to
keep
move it.
you're in the move. And I mean, even today, I had my boot camp training, and I
Hmm.
laughed at myself. I said, "Girl, you still out here doing it?" And I'm gonna say this: it's one of these players that I had when I coached at Prince George's Community College, and she said, "Coach, you gonna be in your 50s, 60s talking about y'all better not let me beat you on the suicide lines." And I laugh about that today because I'm still out there just as competitive as I want to be. But you're right, it keeps you young and it's good health. We talk about your well-being and making sure you're taking care of these bodies, because if you don't take care of these bodies, they're gonna break down on you.
Just
Fact.
quick question: was that Prince George's here or in Maryland?
No, in Maryland, Prince
You
George's
know,
Community College.
that's where I actually grew up in PG County.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
Remember, you
yeah,
said
yeah,
you
yeah,
grew up in
yeah,
Prince
yeah,
George's County. I always
yeah,
call it Prince George's. Everybody
yeah,
want
yeah.
to say PG, but I'm gonna give it the full name, Prince
Yeah,
George's.
yeah. I'm officially a Marylander. But okay. So all right. All right. Now this is why I'm real interested in this. Even though I did read the book, and you all got to get her book because it's phenomenal. You
Yeah,
know, you got to get her book. Yeah, you got to get this book because I was telling her, I think after the fact, that it was like it's interesting that some of us have such similar journeys to get we are today. And I saw a lot of myself in that book, and even in my book as well. So I kind of mirrored
right.
in some ways, mirrored each other. So so why did you write the book? Please talk about how you wrote the book, why you wrote the book.
Well, again, like I said earlier, I'm just gonna make sure my phone ain't dying on me.
Uh-oh.
What I wanted to say earlier was I always wanted to write a book. Brother Zoe, I discovered another talent that I didn't know I have. I love to write, right? I love to read and write. Like that was my still away. I read a whole lot of books. I love
Hmm.
to journal. And when you're going out and you're meeting other successful people and you hear them about them writing their books and their stories, and I was like, well, I'm going to write my story one day. I don't want
Yeah.
anybody else to write my story because I felt like all the things that I have been able to accomplish, I said, no, I know somebody gonna write a book about me, and I don't want them to
Hmm.
tell my story. I just
Yeah.
don't. And so fast forward, I remember I was coaching down at Florida State College in Jacksonville, and
Hmm.
my opponent, he had just written his book, and I was like, hey, you wrote your book, Q? He said, yeah. I said, well, I'm gonna make sure I get in and support you. So he was like, okay, great. So I said, you know what? I always wanted to write my book. He said, "Are you serious?" I said, "No, I'm dead serious. I want to write my book." He said, "I'm going to have my publisher to call you tonight." I said, "Call me
Mm.
tonight after you give me a good butt whipping." So, we kind of laughed about that. And so, sure enough, that night he called me. We had a 45-minute conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "This is what you need to do. If you want to write the book and you're serious, you got to make an investment." Because, see, a
Mm.
lot of people don't want to make an investment. They
Yeah.
always want something free, they want
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
And you know what? You got to make an investment in yourself, right? And so I
Mm-hmm.
decided, he says, "Okay, this is what it's going to cost you. I need you to send me content every week." So you know what? Every week I sent that money, I sent content.
Content, yeah.
And I got caught up in that book. It got good to me. I was like, "Oh wow, I've got a very good memory. I
Yeah.
could remember."
Uh-huh.
And I started writing, and I still got a lot to share. That was just the
Mm-hmm.
beginning.
Yeah.
And so along the way, the book came out, and I remember I started that journey in like November of 2019, and April of 2020, I won't ever forget it. It was like he sent me the landing page.
Mm.
And when I got that landing page with,
Second.
I just fell to my knees. I said, "This
I'm,
is happening."
yes.
It felt so good, Brother Zell.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." He's telling me we're gonna do pre-sales. I said, "Well, I ain't finished the book yet." "Well, you better get the book finished." So I went to writing. I mean, I stay up to 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, on the
Mm-hmm.
weekends. I kind of, I told people I was writing a book. I don't have time for you right now. If it's
Yeah,
not an
yeah.
emergency, I gotta get this done. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
what happened.
Wow. And like I said, please, if you let me real quick, because I've already got it. Where can I'm gonna put this on here? Where can they get your book from? Let me put that on here
Amazon.
real
It's
quick.
on Amazon.
Okay, okay. So just
They can Amazon, or they can go to my women's professional basketball team website.
okay.
And if they want to get a signed copy, they can go. They can do that.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, all y'all got to check out this book. It's amazing. It's very motivational. It's a type of thing that, once you read this, you might want to write a book. Real talk. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
I had one of my homegirls, Allison Pillow. She's out in well, she was in Atlanta, but now she's out in what's that, Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
I remember talking to her, and she was just like, after I wrote my book, she was like, you know, I'm gonna write a book. I said, why don't you? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just do it. What's the worst that can happen? You know what I'm saying? So, just do it. All y'all people out there, if you
I encourage
feel as
them
though you're gonna
to
book, yeah, just do it. It
write
ain't
your
gonna hurt
story.
you.
Don't let nobody else tell your story.
Yeah, yeah. Write your story. Write that bad
And
boy.
I remember reading the book, and it says, "When you do that, you join a great conversation."
Yeah, exactly,
Isn't that powerful?
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So all right, so you wrote the book, and I still, please tell me, because when you told me about the Richmond, when you told me that you were the coach of the Richmond basketball team. First of all, I was like, I didn't know they had a Richmond team.
Right.
I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't up on the Richmond stuff then. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the world of Atlanta. But when you told me that, I was like, dang. So the wheels started spinning. That means if you got the team, then there's other teams across the nation. You know what I'm saying? Could you kind of talk about the league itself and the team and how you got connected with that?
Yeah, again, like I said, thinking I was done with basketball, it's like, I'm gonna go do something else. And interesting enough, it kept knocking on my door.
Yeah.
And even to the point where at the end of 2020, I was approached to start my team. And so the first league I was with, unfortunately, they were unable to continue because COVID. It was the first year, so we couldn't continue in that league. So I
Mhm.
ended up joining another league, which is the Women's American Basketball Association, and we're
Mhm.
actually a sister to the Men's ABA.
Oh, okay.
And so, I already had my team in place. I was excited. I know how to build businesses. I've been building them all my life, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm excited. Now I can have my own team, because college is a different level. You got to worry about a lot of other moving parts. You got to manage a lot of different, aspects of not only study hall, dormitory issues, psychological, etc. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have my own team. Then I could run it the way I want to run it. So I am
Mhm.
the owner and the head coach of the Richmond RoadRunners women's professional basketball team. And right now we have 31 teams in the league. And last year we did great in our inaugural season. Once COVID subsided and we was able to get back out there and play, we had a record of 6-2. I'm excited about that. We made it to the playoffs our first inaugural season. We were fortunate that 4 of our young ladies got overseas contracts. So 2 of them went to Romania, one
Okay.
went to Israel, and the other one went to Sweden. And 2 of our young ladies got excited. They played in an all-star game down in Augusta, Georgia. And that was just phenomenal. It was awesome. So this league allows those women, they had the draft the
Mm-hmm.
other day, April 11th. So,
Okay.
and you think about it, 12 spots for 12 teams, that's
Mm-hmm.
144 ladies. And we
Mm-hmm.
didn't even talk about all the spots being available. So you can cut
Mm-hmm.
that number almost about 70-80%.
Yeah. I
So,
hope
yeah,
I hope y'all heard that. She is the owner
I'm known.
and the coach.
Yes.
Owner and the coach. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what her mindset is. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get to the top. She ain't trying to, she's bypassing all the any, you know what I'm saying? She's at the top of the mountain doing all this. She ain't all at the bottom, all scraping and She sees the top and she's going for it. And that's what a lot of us got to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop
Yes,
letting
we do.
obstacles stop us and go to the top. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. That's a reality. All
And I,
right.
rem-
So,
I
mhm,
remember hearing, there's a whole lot of people at the bottom. There's not
yeah,
a lot at the top because the people at the bottom don't want to do the work. And I
yeah.
tell a lot of people, you got to do the work, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't be sitting at home putting 4 and 5 hours in television and just outside, just wasting time. I
Mm-hmm.
said in my little post that I made on Facebook, I said, listen, we didn't know what time we was going to be born coming into this world,
Mm-hmm.
nor will we know the time we'll depart. All we
Mm-hmm.
know is now. And
Yeah.
it's about getting it done now. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to look back. One of my mantras had always been like, I don't want to look back and say, I wish I would have, should have, had, or could have. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a little too late. So do it now. Do I get challenged? Absolutely. Do I have
Yeah.
issues? Absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the ones that Les Brown said, I want to land on my back. So if I can look up, I can at least get up.
That's it. I love Les Brown.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm gonna go kind of in a different route because this is something that you talked about. Like you been talking about when you were in VUU, you were going, got conscious, etc. And
Yeah.
you recently started getting into comedic knowledge and information. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Could you kind of talk about how you did that, how it found you, I should say, and also, dealing with ancestor worship. I heard you talk about that earlier as well. Um, how did all that, how did that work? How did that come into your life, and how is it a part of you now?
Well, you know what? It's always really been a part of me because it
Hmm.
says when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, because I have been searching, I will continue to search for truth, right? Really wanting to know the truth. And so, because I do a lot of reading, I really do. I've read, books, Power versus Force. I've read, books like Think and Grow Rich. I've read books like, just all of the different personal development books from a spiritual basis all the way to a practical. And so what happened was because I'm seeking the truth, it says, seek her, you will find it.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, it found me. And I was
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to know the deeper truths. I want to know who we really are.
Hmm.
Like, on the surface, Barvenia Wooten, the basketball coach at Arthur, that's what I do. That's not who I am. And
Hmm.
I wanted to understand the real reasons for my real reason and my purpose. And I just knew that on the surface, it didn't satisfy me. I wanted to go deeper. And so in order to go deeper, of course, you've got to make sure you're doing the research. And so I stumbled upon that on Clubhouse. So they
Okay.
had a room in there talked about the comedic
Okay.
knowledge, and I wanted to learn more, and so I just started it.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Yeah, it seems like that's a very it's a very hot topic, hot information right now is the stuff that was hidden from us and
That
covered
was
up.
hidden
Now
from us.
it's coming to the
Absolutely.
surface. Yeah,
Yes.
now we're starting to learn how to connect and utilize it in our own lives. So that's very important. It's so important, because that was the main thing that disconnected us was,
Yes.
you know, uh,
Uh,
what? What do you? My dog bark. I don't know what you want. But anyway, what do you want? Don't interrupt. um, but she like,
No,
yeah,
they
she's
was giving
scared of
you
me.
kudos. It was like,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah, that's what she. Oh
that's
yeah,
yeah,
thanks,
that's
thanks for giving me
affirmation.
props. You could have done that later,
That's right.
but yeah, but that's a that's a disconnection. That's a disconnection that now it seems like with the day and time we're in,
Yeah,
overall this great awakening of all humanity,
of
but
all
especially
humanity.
dealing with
Yes.
melanated people, that's a big missing piece of the puzzle, that we need to start get back in tune with, who we were, where we came from, our culture, and etc. You know what I'm saying? So, um, next thing is, I was on Instagram, I'm assuming, or Facebook, and I saw that you were getting some rewards about something. Could you kind of talk about that? Because that really was interesting. It looked like it was like a big deal. Like I saw a whole bunch of people there and stuff. Like, what was
Yeah.
that about?
Yeah, well, the other part of me, like I said, I'm gonna jokingly say, I used to tease with myself and say, they joke with the Jamaicans, how you have 3 or 4, 5 jobs.
Uh-huh.
So this particular business that I operate is a home-based business dealing in essential services. And what we do is we teach people how to make residual income. And so there are layers of different leaderships that you can acquire. So as a result of that, I earned the position of regional director. And as a
Uh-huh.
result of that, they always have their, well, because COVID now allows them to have these conventions, they always bring you out to the conventions and they recognize you for your achievements. And
Hmm.
so I got recognized because I achieved that status in such a short period of time.
Mm. At the top again.
At the top again,
Not all at the bottom. Not
no,
all
I'm gonna
bravo.
play. I believe in playing at the top. I'm just telling everybody right now. You know what? That's what it's all about. And sometimes it's lonely, but that's okay.
Hmm.
I'm good being there because I
Yeah, yeah,
know
yeah.
that
You ain't the only one.
everybody ain't gonna be there. So because they don't
Yeah.
want to do the work. We keep on talking about we're not. They're not. You mentioned the word consciousness. Like, are you really conscious about
Hmm.
what it is that you're here to do?
Hmm.
And until you decide to take the time to seek it, it's just not gonna happen.
Can you two things? Can you go in a little bit more detail about what the business is about, and also could you send
Mhm.
me if you can, and send me a link to where how people can connect you not only with the book but can get in contact with you about this business.
Okay.
Because from what I saw and from what I saw on it, it seems like it's not a very complicated or difficult thing to do. It's just a matter of kind of putting the time into it, and you
Yeah.
can receive passive income on a
Passive
consistent
residual
basis.
income. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I saw this as an opportunity because I'm self-funding my women's professional basketball team, right?
Mm.
So when they
Mhm,
told me I can join this company, I can help people, possibly save money on their bills. These are
mhm,
bills that you and I pay every day, right?
mhm,
Every day. You're never gonna pay these bills off. And then I get a piece, I get a percentage of those bills, of the bills that they pay. As
mhm,
long as they pay a month after month, year after year, I get a percentage of that. So over a 2 year period of time, right now, I've got enough residual income that's coming in that's taking care of a couple of my bills already. So if I
mm.
decide I don't even want to go to work, I don't have to worry about it. But it's ongoing. It's
Yeah.
ongoing. So I like the fact that with this particular business, like you said, it's simple. It really is. It's a distribution business. You
Mhm,
just help people, bring people in, let them join your team, and once they join your team, everybody's off and running. And I
mhm,
like the fact that we get training, we get support. And, it's like I'm never in business by myself.
mhm.
I'm in business by myself, but never by myself. So if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. It makes
Yep.
perfect
So I'll
sense.
definitely make sure they can hook up, they can, contact me via my email address, which is, bmwooten, WOOTEN 31 at gmail.com.
Okay. BM Wooten 31. Yeah.
Or
Let
hit
me
me up
see.
on Facebook. Or
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Facebook, IG, right?
yep.
Facebook, IG, and look soon to be TikTok, right?
And soon to be TikTok. You already hit me today.
I
I
hear
said,
TikTok
okay,
fam. She's coming. She's coming
I'm
to the
coming.
TikTok world soon. Yeah, and y'all TikTok, y'all hang around a little bit later because the sister she doesn't have an account yet, but I'm gonna engage with y'all like one on one a little bit. So share this, like this. We gonna talk a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So tell me, favorite chapter in the book. Your favorite chapter in the book. If you got only one, can't say all. One favorite chapter in the book. What did it be?
Your book or my book?
Oh, okay. Let's start with mine. Okay.
Ah,
I ain't know.
I just want to say that because I enjoyed your book. Your book was very interesting. And I'm going to tell them because I wanted to read the back of my book before I end as well. But
Okay.
my first one would be chapter 7, where I said dreams do come true.
Okay.
I definitely believe I'm a dreamer. I'm a Libra,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So and I understand, that plays a very important part of our lives. That's when I was talking about earlier. Do the work.
Yeah.
Really find out deep
Hmm.
inside who you are, why you was born and how you can relate to this life. And so I believe in dreams. I tell everybody, I don't care how old you are, how young you
Uh-huh.
are, you
Uh-huh.
should always dream.
I have my own quote unquote philosophy or thought about the universe, right?
Mm,
I feel as though like the universe is a big mother, big creator, right?
okay.
And she sits back and she looks at you. She gives birth to you. She looks at you and she says, so I got all this stuff here that you can do. I give you all these tools. You got your health. You got all these things. What you gonna do?
What you
You
gonna
know,
do?
and I think that the more and more that you just do things to
Mhm.
become a better person, the more you just keep on getting rewards from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You just keep on getting rewards. She just feeds you rewards, and it's like going through school, and the mother universe, the mother creator, just like let's get to work, and I'll reward you for your work. You know what I mean? On many levels, not just monetary. On many levels. I think about that a lot when I see sisters like you, because it's like you put in the work and you can see results. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now I am interested. Now I'm interested in which chapter you liked in my book.
I got to go back and see it, but I'm gonna tell you the chapter I liked about when you had to find out. I think you were staying with a roommate, with a couple of people with a roommate,
Oh yeah.
you had some valuable lessons that you had learned with those
Hmm.
individuals that you were rooming with, and then
Yeah.
you kind of had to come back into your senses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
liked it because I was like, okay, that brother finding himself. He all over the place a little bit,
Yeah.
but and then you went overseas too.
Yeah. That actually that's the story you're
That's
talking about. It was overseas.
He was
It was I was living in
overseas.
a hostel. Yeah, and I had
That's right.
all these white people around me, and I was just like, that's when I came to realization that all white people ain't like the white people from you know back home in Virginia,
Right.
and it blew my mind. I'm just like, I said, but y'all don't think like that, and they're
Nope.
like, nah,
Nope.
we weren't even taught that. I'm just like, what? What I'm saying? Of course, I was like
I
20
had
something
that
years
same
old, but
experience in London. I was
yeah,
like,
exactly.
what?
That's where it was, London. That's where it was.
See,
It was
that's what
London.
I was saying. I knew I could
Yeah.
relate to that. That's why
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
chapter.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, cool, cool, cool. So okay, so I appreciate that by the way. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
I think my favorite chapter in yours is when I'm gonna go by the pictures. I think it was when you were um it showed you it was in that chapter when you were talking about you actually playing I think it was in college. What
Hmm.
chapter was that? When you were when
Yeah.
it had the pictures went along with it.
Yeah. That was. I think that's chapter 5.
Okay,
Uh,
chapter 5.
yeah. You're talking about my college and not the high school.
Yes, college
Yeah.
specifically. Hmm.
Yeah. That's chapter 5. My ticket out.
Yeah, I
Yep.
related with that tremendously
Hmm.
on multiple levels. Because it's interesting because even though you're still in the sports now, like sports might have been your foundation, but you've evolved and grown, and gone, to other, you know, you're so much more than just sports. You know what I mean? Way so much more. And also, it's also great that it's like something new is coming to you dealing with this the spirituality thing. It's like something new and the answers, that's a whole new door that's open in your life. So it never and it gets dull. Just keep on going and going and going,
Yeah, because life is what we create, right? We have the power within us to create the life that we want to live. And even
Exactly.
in my last chapter, when I talked about my spiritual journey, where I went through that cleansing process, I was
Mhm.
coming out of a divorce, and I needed some time to spend with me. I hadn't
Mhm.
taken that time to really spend with me, and and then I became vegetarian, I eat a little fish, so I'm pescatarian. I got rid of my perm. I went natural. I started working out, and then I started seeking the truth and the knowledge. And I was like,
Mhm.
wow, it's much greater. It's greater
Mhm.
than what we think. And when we're
Mhm.
thinking with just the five senses and not realize that there's a sixth and a seventh sense, we
Mhm.
limit ourselves. And
Yeah.
it just says, don't limit yourself.
Mhm.
They always say the sky's the limit, but it is not the
Mhm.
limit.
Nah.
It is so much more out there, as you
Yeah.
mentioned about the universe. It
Mhm.
is so vast. No
Mhm.
matter how long we've been on this planet, we'll never be able to amass how great this universe is. You know what I mean?
That's actually
Um,
a fact.
it just
Mhm.
takes time, but we gotta what we do have, we got to be able to utilize it and share it with others. And so my goal is to help people awaken
Yeah,
the
I
truth
agree.
to the
That's
truth.
that's that's what the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast is about. All my, just like we were just talking about, all my journeys around the world, you know, and just dealing with so many people. And I'm gonna tell you something, this is a
Okay,
valuable lesson for all you people out there. It's like I see the same personalities in all the different races
that's
and
right.
genders. It's
That's right.
y'all got to stop tripping on this racist stuff, that gay stuff. I
Come
mean,
on now.
homophobic stuff.
Come
Y'all got to
on.
start tripping because all we are energy inside of this skin suit. Y'all got to
That's
realize
right.
that.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? You know,
Fact.
politics, religions, that's all low vibrational stuff. We are so much more than that. You know what I mean? So, and you once you tap into source, you'll start to really see,
That's
that
right.
that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And that
Well,
mother, that grandmother is
mhm.
inside of you. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, but they've created that. They
Yeah.
call that, conquer and divide, right? So
Yeah.
they keep
Mhm.
all of that
Mhm.
out there, that negativity,
Yeah.
and they
Mhm.
keep pitting us against each other. It's not about the
Exactly.
race.
Nah.
It's really not. If we really want
Mm-mm.
to get deep about it, I know that's a topic for another discussion, but
Mhm. Oh, we're
think
gonna have it.
about it. It really is. It's about us realizing that we're all one. We
Yeah.
came from the same
The
source.
mother, the
And
same
so
mother.
the mother, and so all this back and forth, and I'm better than you, you bet. No, we're not. We're
Mhm.
all the
Mhm.
same. And when
Mhm.
we get that, then we'll find that peace. But until then, I'm like you. My mom, it's interesting growing up. My mom never taught us about racism. She never
Yeah.
told us that,
Mine either.
we were better than each other. I never knew that. I experienced that. I had to experience that,
Mhm.
growing up in Cincinnati and being forbidden to go into certain communities and,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. But for me, I look, like you said, kindness. Treat everybody with kindness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it, it doesn't matter what your race and ethnicity is or your
Mhm.
sexual preference or whatever, but
Mhm.
it's all about treating everybody with kindness.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And look, don't be no punk either. When they.
No, no.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
understand it because,
yeah.
like you said,
Hmm.
every personality is in every race of people, like you said.
Exactly. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Y'all, you got to start simplifying things when it comes to this human experience. We're all experiment together. And real talk, turn off the boob tube. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, turn off the boob tube. If it's that the boob tube, it's the most devastating propaganda machine. And we've all seen this with all the stuff we see in all the wars and the COVID. It's like, oh my God, they just it's like a bazooka of just fear they're just shooting at all of us.
All the
So
time. And
yeah.
we know what fear is: false
Hmm.
evidence appearing real.
Yep,
That's
that's
all.
it.
That's all it is.
No
And when we
facts.
turn that off, and you have to be mindful of what you put into your allow come into your mind, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We got to be careful. Stuff going in, crazy stuff going in is going to be crazy stuff coming out.
That's it.
So
That's
protect
it.
your mind. If we could tell the audience, make sure you do a better job of protecting your mind. You protect
Mhm.
your family. You protect your health. You protect your wealth. Protect your mind. Be
It's
mindful of what you put in there.
exactly. It was funny. I was having a conversation with a family a little while ago, and we were in the car riding, and they were started talking about different things, different things, and I said, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion. This is just my personal opinion. That's why I said to man, it's not the truth, God's law, whatever. But if you ask me, daggone, anything on the TV is a live fabrication. Somewhere in there that's twisted and slanted, and it's only a small degree of the big picture. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I don't use it as a source. I
Absolutely.
like, I'm talking about, and I like documentaries, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about,
No, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Mhm.
regular
Just
news and all
news.
that kind of crazy stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So, So you got anything for us in closing? We anything you got anything? I see people out there. Anybody got any questions for the good sister? I see you got some. I think some of your teammates out there. Y'all or your some folks out there. Y'all got any questions for the good sister before she dips on out? You in the TikTok world, y'all got any y'all got any questions for the good sister or me? Whatever, you know what I'm saying. What you got? What you got? We here. We gotta hear. Y'all better. Even though I know she gonna be come back with me, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all got any good questions? You know what I mean? Let us know because we here for the sister. If not, you know what I'm saying. You got anything in closing?
Yeah, I just wanted to read the end of my book, and then I just want to share, some
Perfect.
wisdom to the audience. It says at the end of my book, so make sure you go and get it. And it says each of us are on a journey to discover the purpose, our reason for being. There's no destination. Life is an adventure waiting to be explored. Every time an event, chapter, or goal is fulfilled and completed, another one begins. It is an ongoing process to connect with the soul's mission during our lifetime. It is solely up to us to explore what ignites our innermost self and recognize what we must do to fulfill our dreams. And so I'm going to encourage everybody tonight, take some time with self. I don't think we're doing enough of that, but take some time with self. Sit down, get out your paper, your tablet, or everything, and start writing down what it is that you're looking to fulfill in your life. And don't let anybody, I know we say it as an old cliche, but don't let anybody deter you and tell you what you can't do. I'm here to tell you, you have the power within you to be great.
That's
And
it.
thank you.
That's it. That great mother goddess inside of all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I see them people out there in the YouTube world. I see y'all looking. Y'all don't got no questions before she go. I'm telling you, there's a lot of even the TikTok world. You know what I'm saying? Even the IG world. You know what I'm saying? I see some folks just coming in. Y'all got any questions for the good sister? You know what I'm saying? Before I let her go.
Yeah, because next time y'all be coming to my conventions and
Oh,
that's
hold
going to
on.
be a
Uh-oh.
fee.
Something's cooking.
I'm
Something's
teasing.
cooking. Let's see. We got some. Oh, somebody. Some people showing love. They're showing you love. There you go.
Okay, okay, cool. All right,
It's
to all my people, thank you all for supporting the sister. I appreciate you.
that's who's that? That's Kawana Rawlings.
Oh, that's Coach Rollins. That's my assistant coach for the
Okay,
Richmond RoadRunners. All right, Coach Rollins, always there to support his coach.
that's right. That's right. And
Yeah,
then we had
thank you.
someone. The brother Jesse Sharp said Coach Wooten is a phenomenal as a
That's
coach,
my
writer,
big
and
time
individual.
supporter. That's one of my big sponsors for the Richmond RoadRunners.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Sharp. He's the author of over 20, 30 books, and
Okay.
he's definitely a conscious brother.
Okay. Cool. Cool. You know, now since I'm up here for a minute, you and I, we're gonna have to have our sit down. We have to start, connecting our network and our dots. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying. We're gonna
yeah,
have to, we're gonna have to start working it out. You know what I'm saying? Working it
yeah,
out. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But yeah. That besides that, if there's I'm going once, going twice. Y'all got anything for the good sister? Uh-oh. He got in Vicky. All the compliments, they all coming
Oh,
in.
that's my daughter, Vicky
Yeah.
Collier. Woo, woo, woo. My mini me. Hey, hey, Vicky. And my Harmony. Yeah, my granddaughter, my beautiful granddaughter. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is my
Okay.
son on there, Robert Collier Jr.? He's
Not yet, but
okay.
if he don't get on there soon, I'm gonna say you got permission by man to ground him for a week if he don't
Yeah,
come
I
in and
do.
show
I'm
you
gonna
love.
ground him. You
Okay,
better get
good,
on
good.
him
So,
and support him.
Robert, you better start showing your love now. You grounded.
He's grounded. That's right. Yes. Where my grandbabies? My kind was not. Absolutely.
He said. Somebody want to ask, let's say, are all the tryouts closed, Coach?
We have tryouts. Oh, you know what? I'm glad we got a chance to do that because we have tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
Did I lose you?
No, you here?
Okay, so we
Yeah.
have tryouts this Saturday. They can go to our website, go to www.rvaroadrunners.com. So
Mm-hmm.
tryouts this Saturday from 2 to 4, and tryouts on the training camp starts April the 30th from 2 to 4. So all the information is on our website. So please join us.
Okay.
As long as you got game,
Yeah. Don't don't come in and be embarrassing yourself being all
and don't
wagon.
come in there out of shape because I'm gonna let you know.
Which you would do like Sandman right at the.
I'm like, if y'all can't beat me in the line touch or suicide, just keep it moving.
Woo.
And look, we ain't here for the
Okay.
little sisters of the poor. We here for those young ladies that are aspiring to be great and want to have that opportunity either be picked up by the WNBA and or go overseas. And we just got one of the players out of our league that got picked up by, I think, the LA Sparks for the training camp. And go back and see.
Uh-oh, Cynthia in the house. Uh-oh, Cynthia talking about much love, my sister. Keep up the good work. Okay. Man,
Cynthia
you got a whole crew.
Miller. I
You
don't
got
know
a
which
whole crew.
Cynthia. That might be Briggs.
Cynthia Briggs.
Hey, Cynthia Briggs. Yeah, that's my girl. Thank you all for your support.
Indeed, y'all. This is I'm telling y'all, this is, it's an honor not only meeting good individual like that, but her to be able to take her time, her busy schedule to get on here and and share her experience with folks. You know what I'm saying? This is a beautiful thing, and that's why I really love doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's I love every second of it, and I love being able to share with these good folks. These good
Yeah,
individuals.
yeah. Because you know what? It's all about spreading the knowledge, right?
Actual
Isn't that
fact.
what we're here for?
That's it.
Is to spread the knowledge and just wish everybody well. Come on, y'all. You
Yeah.
can do
Yeah.
it. You can make it happen. Ain't nobody stopping you but you.
Yep.
And they
Yep.
already
That's
know, most of the people that are chiming in, they already know how I am. They's like, yeah, they go that Barvenia again.
it. That's what's
But
up.
yeah, brother Zoe. But you've been a blessing, and I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to allow me to come on your show, because I
Hey,
don't take it for granted. I count it all joy. So
yeah. Well, you already know we're gonna keep this rolling. I like to say I have the specific guests that I like to call my geniuses. I always like them to come back, and you definitely get the big G, not the little G, the big G. You know what I'm saying?
well,
So
I appreciate that. And one of the things I also want to say is that when you start to seek that knowledge and you start to do the study, and your light is going to shine. Because I know
yeah.
people just look at me now and they be like, "Wow, who is she? What is
Mhm.
she doing?" But I'm
Mhm.
doing the work, y'all. Go do the work.
Mhm.
Don't wait for somebody to give it to you. Go do the work. You
That's
know.
what's up.
And the last
Oh
thing I
look.
would say too is
Mhm.
I'm always telling people, keep working on being the highest version of you can be of yourself.
Yeah. The
So
best
who I
version of
was
you.
yesterday, last week, I'm not that same person. And if I'm that
Mhm.
same person, then I haven't grown.
Mhm. Yep, yep. Yeah, the metamorphosis. Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to all those times, thinking back when you were, younger, like I mean, even like you said last week, you don't think the same.
I
You
don't
know what I'm
think the
saying?
same. And why
This
should
is
I?
a this is a this school, this life, this experience is just ever continuous,
Life
and we
school,
just keep going. Yep,
absolutely.
that's it.
And then the other thing I want to say, I'm always in contact with my inner child, right? Like
Mhm.
this little girl, even though I'm old and mature, but this little girl will forever be. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
pull on that because I'm like, when I was little and growing up, I was just so happy, full of joy.
Mhm.
And every time I have those challenges and whatever come my way, I always just think about me running the streets of Cincinnati,
That's
Ohio,
it.
playing ball. You
That's it.
playing baseball out there. I'm out there running
Mhm.
street, playing the basketball, outside,
Mhm.
running races and everything. And that's what we got to do, because a lot of times we take life too seriously.
Yeah.
And it's not that serious, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not.
And just like we were talking about that mother earlier, I was talking about the mother earlier.
Right.
You still a baby in her. I don't care if you 60 years old. I don't care if you 70. I don't care if you 100. You still a baby in her eyes, and she birthed you. So you know what I'm saying. Get that youth back. Listen, bring up those old
Get
records. You
some
know what I'm
youth
saying.
back. Go outside, play
Get
some
that youth back.
hopscotch.
Yeah,
Go play
you
the
know what I'm saying.
piano. No.
Look, my mom came to me recently, and she was like, she's just retired, and she said, I got to do something. I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? She said, retirement ain't nothing for her. She said, I'm still young. I got to get in and get some things done. So I said, okay,
Age
I hear
ain't
you.
but a number. It's
That's
what you
it.
think in your mind. Because
That's
when
it.
I'm out there working out, I get a lot of my friends. They be like, "And how old are you?" I said, "I know. I get it done." Well, you've
Yeah,
been working out all your life. Well, yeah, yes and no, but I understand the value of taking care of my body.
that's it.
No, take care of the body. I'm
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now, so many people don't take time to take care of themselves. It's called self-love.
The
Love yourself
biggest
first,
the
right?
biggest investment you can make. That biggest investment is your skin suit, your avatar.
Your skin
You know
suit,
what I'm
that
saying?
avatar, that's meat
Yep.
suit. That's
Yep,
right.
the meat suit, yeah. Because best believe, once your time is up, you're going right back to the mother. You know what
You
I'm
go
saying?
right back to the source
Yeah,
from which you came.
that's
So
it.
enjoy the journey, right?
Yeah, enjoy the journey, enjoy the trip.
To the sun and back. No.
That's it. There we go. That's what we heading to. We had that sun. Well, the sun's coming for us. But
Exactly.
yeah. Anything else we got, sis?
I know. I just enjoyed the conversation. I like it when we can keep it light, but we can be real about it, right?
That's
So
it.
come on, y'all, wake up, wake up. It's time to wake up. It's
That's
time
it.
to wake up and live your life to its fullest, and whatever it is that you're aspiring to become, get it done. No excuses. I know when I pledged Delta Sigma Theta, that's one thing that we learned. Either you do it or you don't. There are no excuses. Everybody's
Hmm.
got reasons why. I know life comes and life things happen, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself the question: did I get it done?
That's it.
So,
No excuses. I love it. All right, this is out. You know what I'm saying? Again, holla at your boy. Go to Polka Dot Rabbit
yes,
Podcast.com. Your Brozo. Pick up the book and the Good Sisters. You can see it on screen. You can just go up, running, continues.
up and
Barvenia
running.
Wooten.
Yep.
Yep, up, yep. On Amazon, just go to Amazon, put it in. It's on the screen right there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check that out. Check her book out because it's an amazing book. You buy it, tell your friends to buy it, and let's all motivate each other and become the best versions of us we can be. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Let me real quick announce it up soon. I think on Saturday I'm gonna start doing a little sit down, and because I know a lot of people have some questions, so I'm gonna have a little sit down and talk with my folks. So we're gonna talk. So on TikTok, I think specifically. So you know what I'm saying. But we'll see. We might put on other ones. We'll see. But that's it on my end, sis. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, until next time, they say, stay awake. Stay
Hey,
awake.
wait. Peace.
Peace.